Born in Minnesota.
Born in Minnesota. My dad was working at the university, and then I moved here when I was 2.
So you're like the Lakers. You moved here from Minnesota.
I'm just like the Lakers. There's so many similarities between me and the Lakers.
You're like the Lakers.
Yeah,
I saw you spinning a basketball on your finger before.
Just like the Lakers
Just like the Lakers can.
Exactly right.
So are you a Lakers fan? Is that?
I am a Lakers fan. I grew up here in LA, going to the Forum to see him, and then going to the Staples, because I'm an old man. I go to the Staples.
You go to the Staples.
I go to the Staples and watch the basketball.
You get your supplies at the Staples
love it.
too.
Yeah, exactly. As long as my hip's not acting up. And so, Laker fan, and which there's not much to do right now.
No, I know. You were asking Chris as we're coming on the air
about the coaching situation. I know, Luke's out.
And he was out for like 5 minutes, and then the
he
Kings
got on the
picked him
Kings
up.
real quick, didn't he? God.
Real fast.
Well, what do you think of Magic just tapping out like that, man?
I don't know, man. I mean, I love Magic. I was a very, very young child watching Magic, and then growing up seeing him play. He actually did a cameo on a TV show I did. Like, I love Magic to death. I don't know what. I wish I was smart enough to know exactly what the Lakers need to do. I enjoy watching the hell out of them and stuff, but right now it's kind of tough.
So hold on a second. So Magic showed up on what?
Magic did a guest spot on this sitcom I had. It was like all these sports characters were in my head. So like if my character was debating about whether or not he asked a girl out, he turns over and Mills Lane is there going, "You got to do it." I was like, perfect.
So is that for real?
Oh yeah.
Like,
and then at one point
boxing
I was
ref, Mills Lane?
Mills Lane was there, and so at one point it was my character's like, I don't know if I'm gonna score. Cut to Bill Walton standing there going, "You're gonna score, I swear it's gonna happen." All this, and so that was the show. And at one point Magic was on, and I was sitting with Magic. We were doing an elevator scene, and they were like, "Breckin, could you stand up a little taller?" And I was like, "Guys." I'm standing next to Magic, who's 6'6", and all I hear him go is he just goes 6'8". And I was like, sorry, my bad. But so Magic was on the show.
So I don't remember Mills Lane on Inside Schwartz. I don't remember.
I have a boxing glove with his signature on. I made sure to get everyone to sign everything. Bo Jackson was on at one point, and I said, and Bo's hips were really tough at the time, and I said, let me ask you now. By the way, this is an obnoxious thing to say to Bo Jackson. Don't ever do it. I was like, let me ask you a question. Right now, who would win in a foot race without missing a beat? He was like, me. And I was like, but you? He's like, doesn't matter. And it was like the athlete's spirit where he's like, yeah, it doesn't matter if I'm hurt or not. I'd crush you because it's all I do for a living. I wouldn't let you live. Yeah. I wouldn't let you win, you Lilliputian boy. So it was,
Well, I mean, when you start messing with pride, and prideful athletes and goats to boot, you're going to get that. My producer, Don Bowie's getting in my ear, I guess, going down the IMDb page of Inside Schwartz. You had Buckner on? Bill Buckner was on as well?
Yeah, I had Bill Buckner on, and then...
Did you ask him who could field a ball
better? Exactly. Who such a grounder?
Right
you
now.
and me. And I did, what's funny? Bill Buckner came on, was lovely. And they said, the producers and I never grew up knowing baseball very well. I didn't know baseball, so I knew the visual of Buckner, but I didn't know his name really. And so they told me who it was, and they said, listen, also, don't mention it. He hears about it every day of his life. Don't mention it. And I'm like, no problem. I'll be respectful. Brian Callen, who's a stand-up, who's
sure, we've had him
funny.
on the show.
Yeah, Brian's one of the funniest people on the planet. Brian's there too, and they're telling us together, like, just don't mention it. Just cruise over it. He comes in, Bill, how you doing? Breckin, Meyer, nice to meet you. He goes, this is Brian Callen. He goes, how the hell did you miss it? That's the first thing he said.
Come on.
Right out the gate, how the hell did you miss it? And Bill just kind of does that, like, never heard that, And but he signed a ball for me.
Wow.
So yeah, Bill was great.
He didn't sign one for Callen though.
I don't think he signed one for Callen. I think he may have kicked Callen in the balls.
I've heard about talking about the elephant in the room, but
I mean there was no chance he wasn't going to do it. It's like comedic Tourette's. There's just no chance he's not going to say it. And so we had Buckner on, and all these people were pretty amazing. Tony Gonzalez, and like all these people. It was really fun.
He's about to go in the Hall of Fame. Dick Butkus.
Dick Butkus. I'm sure he must. I don't think. He can do a show.
I mean that's kind of like football acting royalty in a way. Dick Butkus has been.
We had everybody. I mean, Magic, Bill Walton. I mean.
So where do you keep all these items? Are they just in your house?
They're presently in my garage. Oddly enough,
dude,
I didn't know how to display them because it wasn't like they're not mine in the sense that I didn't.
Are you got signed
I know where they are.
Okay.
That type of thing. I know where it is.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download the Rich Eisen Show app.